நான் லைவ் ஸ்ட்ரீம் வந்தானே சொல்கிறேன்.
ஓகே சார்.
ஓகே, ரெடியாக இருங்க. Bharati, start.
A pleasant good afternoon to one and all present here. Hope you all had a better session in the morning. Now, here we have Danya Raghunath, QC Scientist 1 at Thermo Fisher Scientific with by Oriento, Canada. Her experience piles up as tutor, Academy of Mathematics and English, research scientist, University of Madras, research assistant, CSIR, Central Leather Research Institute. Above all, we are very proud to reveal that she is our alumni, and we are very happy and glad to have you, ma'am. Now the session is handed over to you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, good afternoon to everyone. Myself, Danya Raghunath. I'm very much glad and very happy that I got this opportunity to present and help you guys. I recently got started working in Thermo Fisher Scientific. I would like to share some of my experience. So because I studied at Canada too, and because of the study, I got this job. So let's see how you can, various study options and job options in the Canada. So as you know that first of the thing I have to share is like you all are blessed enough. You are in a bright department, biotechnology. You all are blessed enough that those who are doing the BTech program, you still have the options to choose to continue either in the chemical engineering side or you can do the biotech side. And also lots of dilemma, right? You get lots of questions in your mind. Is biotech a good course? Will I get a job? What should I do after BTech? So many questions, right? Yeah, I was also afraid like this when I was doing my BTech program. But I was so sure, I was so passionate in the field. I was so sure that no matter whatever happens, I'm going to continue in the field. I will get into my goals. So I think that helped me a lot to, that if you are thinking positive, that will open up lots of doors in front of you. So the first thing we have to understand in our mind is that there are certain facts that this course is not a job-oriented course, research-oriented course. Of course, it's not like informational technology or ready to job kind of field, right? You should definitely have to improve your knowledge because we do have an important role in the society because we are improving the quality of life of people, right? So no one will take you just for you did BTech or like bachelor's. You should show that you have sound knowledge and technical expertise in the field. So definitely you should consider doing a higher studies that will help you to, speed up the process of getting into the job rather than waiting for a long time. And of course, many of the people will throw you lots of their worries. Don't take it in person that, okay, whether you will get a job or not, make them understand that, okay, I'm in the field, which needs lots of studies and lots of experience. So it may take some time. So that's okay. It's okay. we are going to live for, so much of years, right? So many years we are going to live. Don't take it into person that it will take much time. If you put effort, you will definitely get into the field. That's the fact. So after doing the undergraduation, you have lots of options in front of you, right? So first thing is continuing studies either in India or in abroad, or you can be a part of the academic sector, and you can consider various research institutes, and you can be in the industrial sector, right? So first of all, we'll get into the continuing studies part. So you can choose either India or abroad. So the first thing you should consider is that aim for the top universities, right? Just imagine saying to another person that, okay, what are you doing? They are like, okay, I'm studying in national institutes, right? Or Anna University. So if, or like, top university, when you say itself, you will get a confidence that I'm being part of this university, right? And this assures, and this will be in a shining part in your resume that, okay, you're studying in a good university. That makes the hiring people to think that, okay, this fellow have some, some skills, some qualities, definitely. So, and prepare for all the entrance exams. Study really well, even no matter if you are not clearing or not, but still you are, accumulating all the knowledge, which will help you to prepare and present well in your interviews, right? This is all we need, no matter where we study or everything, no matter what we are doing. The final thing is that we have to get into the job, right? So prepare and do the post graduation, right? So when you do the graduation, be passionate enough, trust yourself that, okay, you're doing something which is great. And what I would not say that work too much hard, but be efficient, right? Like don't say that I'm studying for a long time and still I'm not scoring too much mark. No, work efficiently. We have lots of lab opportunities, right? When you get into the lab, you will see many things. In a general setting, we'll say that, okay, when you get into the lab, okay, the professor will explain what we are going to do today. So we will just follow the method, we will prepare the reports, we will submit the report, get the marks, appear for the exams. It will be like that. It's not just that. How do you make it efficient in the ways that once you get into the lab, just say we are doing a microbiology experiment, okay? So you definitely have to use many glasswares, many of the equipments, then media bottles, everything, right? When I was doing my BTech, I still remember like sharing with my friends that look at this bottle, like, it's come from Sigma Aldrich, or coming from Thermo Fisher Scientific. So if they are not giving us a job, then who else will give the job, right? So it's like, you should get the spark that, okay, these are all the opportunities, right? These companies are existing. App and Rough, the pipers producers, these companies are existing. You are doing an engineering course. You have the opportunity to get into the company. I will suggest you to, when you are in the lab, look for all the equipments you have in the lab, right? Who is producing it? What's the softwares installed in it? So these are all the things which you will get, question when you are in the interview, right? If you are attending in a good interview, they will ask from the basic to everything, right? Starting from the balance to all the equipments, right? So just when you go get into the lab, just don't blindly do the experiment, finish that daily task, but a little bit put more effort to look into everything. Each thing matters. When you will realize this when you come out of the college, right? So so today I will talk more about the studying abroad, especially in Canada. So in Canada, I am residing at Ontario. Ontario means like the province, right? Province means the state. So I'm residing at Ontario. So let's say if you are talking about Tamil Nadu, our job portal is Chennai, right? It's like in Canada, Toronto is in Ontario. Toronto is the main job portal area, I would say. So other than when we think about a biotechnologist, the main thing coming in our mind is like academic sector, right? We'll prepare for getting into any research project. Entry level will be a project assistant. I worked as like that. So you will aim at a JRF, getting a SRF, or becoming a professor, sidewise doing a research, becoming a scientist. So this is the clear track which will come into everyone's minds, right? But I just want to make a little change in there because when I was in India, this was the thing in my mind, right? Always doing research. I was passionate enough too. Like I wanted to be a scientist too. So, but this takes more time also, right? When as life goes, one of the important things that matters in our life is money too, right? So, many situations will come across our life. So other things you should consider is like microbiologist, becoming a molecular biologist. Bioinformatics is a great area. You should definitely consider that. I was not good enough in that field. Um, then regulatory affairs, you should come. You should definitely consider that. I will say, and the compliance. It's the basic prerequisite is like you should have studies in this area, right? Then business. Like if you have interest in the business area, definitely consider higher studies in the MBA sector. So and be part of business. It gives you more money, right? Then all the other thing I would say is like industry oriented jobs. So we have lots of industries, especially pharma, food, and agriculture. Our country itself is based on agriculture sector, right? Then consider various research institutes. Then be a part of healthcare. Then any waste processing, environmental related, lots of options for us, right? Don't just consider research alone. Consider all these. What I am focusing here mainly is like getting into the industries, right? Keep applying into all the research, all the companies available. Some of the companies won't call you, some of the companies call you. You can get many interviews. Some of the interviews you won't get through, but one interview you will get through definitely, right? So please apply, consider industry also. Still, you like research. Every industry has a research and development department too. You can work in that. Okay, so I'm just making it clear that when you do the research, consider the research that this journey is little lengthy. But that doesn't mean that as a biotechnologist you should not consider this. This thing is something which the research area is something which comes into our mind very quickly, right? Its track is very clear. Only thing is you have to work efficiently for that. Do your prepare for the exams, give the best as you could in the exams. So this is one of the video I came across. So you can see this video is an informative video. So this shows the main pharmaceutical companies. So in India. So please consider this. Go into their website and apply for the jobs. And so generally, so how you can come into Canada, right? So those who have the wishes to settle down abroad, the main thing is that you have to get a permanent resident visa, right? So for getting permanent resident visa, it's not that easy. So the easiest way is to coming into Canada through student visa, right? So those who coming into Canada through student visa, we all have to undergo some process. So for me, basically, I didn't come to Canada through student visa. I was a permanent resident. So I came through that. So I was little blessed in that way. So the other thing So if you consider, for the student visa, as a student, you have to find the right course you like. Since we are doing the biotech, it's a generalized program. We have all the different disciplines in that. So you should consider which one you like the most and just Google it. Google is everything. Google, YouTube, just search everything. You will get all the information there, right? Then you can connect to people and ask to people who are already in the field. Okay. Then find the right course, get good IELTS score. As a student, I knew that the minimum requirement is getting a score of 6.5. So for academics, and collect the transcript from your colleges. Then there are lots of agencies, right? Lots of agencies in India. You can get counseling from start. They will explain you, from the each step by step. They will guide throughout the procedure, throughout application till you receiving the visa. So then you will get plenty of options like many colleges and apply there. Then during this time, it will take some time period to get a reply from the colleges, right? During that time, you should arrange your financial arrangements, right? Then when you apply through the agencies, they will give options in different provinces. As you told, like Canada is a big country, right? So different province and different colleges, they will suggest according to your interest. You can choose, but definitely consider researching about the job market there. Okay, then accept the course letter, right? So that's the process. So as a student, your final aim is to get the permanent residence visa and getting settled in Canada, right? And be a part of bioeconomy of Canada, right? So this includes several steps. So one is like the step one is enrolling in a 2 year or more than 2 year, right? You definitely, the minimum is 2 year. So then once you complete the 2 year program, you can apply for, you will get the course completion certificate from the college or university which you are studying. Then apply for the work permit visa, work permit, right? So if you're studying for 2 year program, you are going to get a 3 year work permit, and there is some number of days which you are supposed to work. I believe it's like 1,000 plus, not 1,000 plus. I don't remember the exact days. So that much days you have to work. It's not necessary that you have to work in biotech itself. Only thing is that there are different levels of jobs here, categorized into different levels, right? So there is an area one category called B category. You have to get into B category job. That makes you eligible for applying for permanent resident visa, and you have to work for that period, like 1,000 plus days in the field and earn the experience. Then the step 3 is you have to apply for the permanent resident visa, right? So this is the process as a student, how you get the permanent resident visa, right? Once you come into, once you reach, right, permanent resident visa application process, right, still you are same as one who apply from India or anywhere, any other country, right? So it's like you basically apply for the visa. The basic eligibility is that you should have higher studies. They will count your education, right? Education, your financial capability, whether you are married or not married, what is your IELTS score. Basically, what they are looking is that if I give a visa, permanent resident visa, will they bring any increase in their total economy? That's the thing they are looking at, right? So when you apply as a normal person from back home India, so these are all the criteria they are looking into. So when your plus as a student is that you are already being to Canada and you know the economy, you already gained experience in the field, so your point to get permanent resident visa will be more. So So that gives an assurance, right? You are going to get the visa. So it's over. If I say 2 year of studies, 2 year of work, then you apply. It will take almost, after you apply for the permanent resident visa, it will take almost like 6 to 1 year, right, to get the visa. So then once you get the visa, you're little more secure that you get more consideration in the but from the Canadian government, that next to the citizen, the next level who get considered is like permanent residents, right? So other than that, since I am focusing on study options, right? You have to understand the education system in Canada, especially in Ontario. So there are two categories. So one is like college or community colleges, right? And another one is university. Well, I will just differentiate these two. What's the difference, right? So if you are applying to a college or a community college, this will be similar to polytechnic. Okay, so polytechnic in the sense, we know, right? You will get more exposure to technical side. So you will be ready enough to work in the industry. So various programs under this category is like they offer diploma programs. Some are like 1 year, some are like 2 years, some are like just certificate programs, some are like advanced diploma. So and fast track programs. So fast track programs in the sense, the program will be supposed to be of 3 years of length, but since you have graduation back home, you can directly enter into the second year. You don't have to be in the first year of the program, right? So it's just like the polytechnic back home. So that will make us easy. Just you have to finish 2 year of the program. And one of I did this course like advanced diploma fast track program, biotech program. So basically, if as a student, if I say, I was equally interested in the bio part and the chemical engineering part. So that's why I didn't specialize into any other subcategory of our biotech department, right? I again and again, when I studied BTech, I chose biotechnology. Then I chose the industrial biotechnology. So that made me more into the like analytical studies, right? Then when I opted the advanced diploma program, I chose biotechnology again. So because I had a clear plan in my mind that, okay, because I was equally interested in microbiology, I had experience in that, and I was equally interested in protein engineering, and chemistry is something is always fascinating for me. So I was like, okay, I should get into this area. So that's why I didn't chose any other department, like getting into QC course alone, getting into quality assurance course alone, not getting into pharmaceutical course like that. So if it is university, so this is just similar to our engineering programs, basically 4 years of program. So university, if you are opting university, the financial expense will be like more, right? College and community, it will be little lesser. So for engineering programs, just similar to BTech, here it is called bachelor's degree. Um, and since you are doing the undergraduation program, you can aim at master's degrees, which is equivalent to our MTech or MS. So this will be 2 year program, and you can opt for the PhD programs, right? So so those who are so I am like aged than you guys, right? So when now we are so young, so still you have the option to consider higher studies, right? So I don't want to spend more time, back home in India and coming here, just like me coming here, then again doing a degree to get the job, right? So for you are still young. You have the options to study in India, you can choose it, and you have the options to study abroad. You can consider different countries. So if you are coming to Canada, So if you're opting a university program, that will definitely have a higher impact, right? You are doing a heavy course, so that has you will get recognition more. But since we have lots of industries here, they are looking for you to have technical skills. So in a way, I opted advanced diploma program to upgrade, just to upgrade my skills. I didn't wanted to do another master's program, so that's why I opted that. It was 2-year program. So again, this thing, I gave you the general idea. Again, this thing will come into your mind that which course should I take? So this is like a critical question in your life, right? So first thing is that think about your goals. You should definitely have a goal. You should picturize what you want to be. That will lead you to the correct places. If you when we doing the studies, we know that okay, microbiology I can score more, or biochemistry I can score more, or mass transfer operations I can score more. So you know that which area you like more, right? So consider a program related to that. So imagine about what you want to be. That will help you to choose the course. If I say that's the best option. So basically, if in Canada, other than the in IT sector, the next sector which offers more job is pharmaceutical companies. I'm also a part of pharmaceutical company, though I am working for Thermo Fisher Scientific. Then the food companies. Okay, here we have lots of processed food, right? Um, Still, we are not back home. We are not using that much processed food as the people who take here. So then the another section you should consider is like business. So if you have interest in the business side, you are more secure to landing your job. So another thing you should consider is like getting into co-op programs. What does co-op programs means is like internship or placement. So this is like, let's say you are taking a 2-year program. So which 2-year means you will have 4 semesters, right? So the first semester they will give you the introduction about everything, and the second semester they will train you how to be in the core program, everything like that, along with other studies, along with other biotech studies, right? So after the second semester you will be working in a company, so you will get paid. Sometimes you may not get paid, but the thing is that you will gain experience in the industry. So you will continuously here the semesters run for a maximum of 3.5 to 4 months, not like 6 months back in India, right? So each semester runs for 3.5 months. So you'll be working over that period, and then again that time you won't study at all. Again you come back to the college and finish the third semester. Then by the time of the fourth sem, again you go back to work. That time you won't do any study. So it's like by the time you finish the course, you will have your resume ready showing that you already have experience, which give you more assurance that okay, you will get the job, right? And these are some of the top universities in Ontario which offers our master's program and PhD program. Uh, so these University of Toronto, Brock University, York University all offers biology programs. Under that, the specialization areas is like biotechnology or molecular biology, those courses. So these are like a 2-year program equivalent to our MTech, right? Then our MS. So University of Guelph is a university where they are more oriented on agricultural side, so crop development. Those who are fascinated about plant biotechnology, you can choose this university. So So other places other than Ontario province, which you have to consider, is Quebec. Quebec is another province. So here one place called Montreal. They offer lots of companies where you can get through easily. For me, it's so far for me from here, and since I have family, I didn't consider moving to that place. So biotechnology job opportunities are more there. One thing which you have to consider about Quebec is that since if you talk about Canada, the mother tongue, it's a French speaking country. So if you have interest in the French, you can get into the courses back home there itself and prepare the exams, and you can consider Quebec, moving into Quebec there. Then Alberta for chemical engineering. So it's if we global wise, if we say Canada is in the third or second position for oil and refineries. So the chemical engineering jobs are more in Alberta. The problem there is like the weather. See, the weather is like most of the time it's winter time. So that's the problem there. But you have lots of options for chemical engineering jobs. I have colleagues there too. Then Winnipeg. If you are more fascinated about microbiology, consider Winnipeg. Vancouver is also offering lots of biotechnology jobs. Only thing is that your living expense is more there. So these are the Ontario colleges, as I told you, right? The diploma program, not like the master's program, right? So on the left side you can see all the colleges which are available in Ontario province. And I have attached the link. You can directly go to this link and see this page, and they will show what courses they are offering. And see, you can see, let's say, the Biotechnology Advanced Core Program. The campus is in Ottawa, that's the place, and it's a full-time program. So here we have full-time programs, part-time program. You should enroll into the full-time program for you to get the eligibility for applying for the permanent resident. And this course is open now. You can apply, and this course is offering from September. So here the courses are they offer the courses based on the season. So it's like by September it's like fall season, then you can get entry in winter, then spring, summer. So it's like based on the season they offer, and each semester will run for 3.5 months, like that. So your aim is to get into 2-year program, right? You have many options, like you can you can get the visa and get into a 1-year program. By the time you finish the 1-year program, you can apply from here itself to another program which is a 1 year. So you can cover 2 years like that, and then you can apply. So I studied at the third college listed here on the left side, right? The Centennial College, which is a good college. Durham College is another college. So since I told you that pharmaceutical company is the next sector which offers more jobs than the IT sector, right? So I will suggest you to take any course related to pharmaceutical program. Also you have, when we consider the various job titles, once you have done the courses, these are the various job titles you can apply for. And there are, one thing you have to consider here is like there are 2 different categories of jobs here. One is regulated and one is non-regulated. So our field, biotechnology, basically comes under non-regulated department, right? And what's the difference between regulated and non-regulated is that regulated is the job sector in which you need licensing, or you have to clear examinations, okay, to work in the field, like mechanical engineer, then medical laboratory technician, pharmacy technician, like that. So you need to get the license and the registered nurse. So these all are like the areas where this comes under the regulated category, and you need to get licensing. For us, we are in the non-regulated sector, so we don't need licensing. Only thing is that you should apply for the jobs, and you may take more time to get in the job, maybe sometime, but still keep on applying for the job. So regarding the financial thing, right? Financial thing is something which we have to focus to. So, as I told you, medical laboratory technician and pharmacy technician, these comes under regulated jobs, but these jobs are plenty here, and we are lucky in a way that. Since we are studying biotech, you can easily study medical laboratory technician course and pharmacy technician course too. So if you are getting into these two title, your earning will be very, very high. So since you are young enough, I will recommend you to consider a program, quality control program in pharmacy side, or getting into regulated programs also. Only thing is that you have to prepare well for getting, clearing the exams. So, so this is the recent, Canada's biotechnology industry information. So basically, the majority of the people, employees are working in the healthcare, healthcare biotech, 56%. Then 25% of the people are working in research and services, and agriculture biotech, medical tech and devices, industrial biotech, then diagnostics. Here, vaccine production is of high interest, right? If you are interested in that, you should consider that. And I have attached the link here. You should go to these links, and there are a lot of things there for you to read, which will give you a clear idea about which sector you want to be, in which area of biotech you want to be, right? Read it. It's very informative. And so now we will move into the job options, right? As I told you, these all are the various titles you have to consider, and you should apply. So this is so in the top, in the bottom, you can see the link there, Biotalent website, right? You should go there. Biotalent Canada is one of the agencies which give you skills recognition. So let's say you have back home experience. I had experience, right? When I came here, back home I worked as project assistant. That was a PhD position. But since I got the permanent resident visa, I just quit from that and came here. So I didn't register for the PhD. So, but still, when I came here, I was applying for the job. I was seeing, lots of skills which I was so sure that I can do. So I applied at Biotalent Canada. They recognized my skill and issued a certificate for me that she can work as a research assistant in Canada. So that gives us, our resume will be more attractive, right? It will be catchy for the hiring people. So if you see the pathway for getting into a research assistant position, so these are the prerequisites. Look into the left side. The prerequisites are you should be a recent graduate, either an undergraduate, plus if you have college diploma or any certification, it's a plus, right? And those who are changing their career, what is that means? Some might have been working as research associate, executive assistant, or in the clinical research associate. Those kind of people can also become a research assistant. These are biotech jobs, right? So the entry level job will be like you can get into the firm as an administrative assistant. Once you get to know your company or institute well, you can be a research assistant in 2 to 5 years. Then within 5 to 7 years, you can be a research coordinator or a senior research assistant, right? Then you can be a laboratory manager. And these are, the functions which you do there is like you will support the administrative stuffs and for the research and science for the technical environment, and you should do the review, edit, and prepare the scientific material, prepare the proposals, get the grant, all those stuff as we do for the PhD, right? It's exactly the same. The title is research assistant or research associate. So then setting up the equipment, cleaning up, glasswares, everything, supplies, laboratory props, everything, right? Assisting in maintaining, conducting the research, right? This is research assistant job and the function. So if you are really interested into the research sector, I will advise you to go to Biotalent's website and Biotech Canada website. So those shows all the recent researches which is going on here. If you go through that page, which I cannot cover here within this time frame, right? So I will really advise you to go to that page and see what are all the recent research which is going on, which will help you to do, get idea, which will help you to get ideas to research in India itself, right? When you do your thesis. So this is what I am right now. So quality control analyst, quality control scientist, or quality control chemist, whatever the title may be, this is what I am. And the prerequisite is you should have a bachelor's degree in the scientific field. They prefer more chemistry side. And career change, if you have experience in microbiology, chemistry, or biochemistry, you can become a quality control analyst, right? So the entry level job will be the quality control analyst job. In 4 to 5 years, you can be a senior quality control analyst, and you can be a manager within 10 years time period. So the main functions will be like you'll be inspecting the materials into the manufacturing. So this will be like you will be working in the industries, right? It will be really fast paced, and you will be inspecting on many materials. So you will test the raw materials or the finished products. I am working on finished products testing. So then you will be creating the SOPs, then compile and analyze the data and issue the data, right? Yeah. So this is how you can get into, or how you can become a quality control analyst. So for me, I'm showing sincere gratitude to all my teachers, my parents, everyone who helped me to achieve to this journey, because we need lots of support from the family too, right? Because since our field is not a job oriented field, we are putting a lot of efforts, we are studying a lot, and finally we deserve to get a good job, right? So it will take time, it will take lots of understanding from everyone who surrounds us. So so that the path is little lengthy, but still when you get into the job which you want, that's something which, that's the fruit you are getting at the end, right? So this is one of my friend. I will advise you to read it by yourself because it's very big. I don't want to read it now, but when I asked one of my friend to, what are all the situations you faced, because I didn't come here as a student, right? So what are all the things you have faced, and what are all the suggestions, how do you feel now? So she wrote me a letter. So this was so much interesting and inspiring, so that's why I have attached this here. So things you should definitely explore. You should create a LinkedIn account, get connected to all the professionals in the field, talk to them, ask questions. Of course, there are people who are busy in their own life. Some people, they won't respond. Some people take some time and respond to you. Respect the fact that everyone are going through some situation, right? All we want is some suggestions and some help, right? So So keep talking. Some may respond, some may not respond. If you get response, that's the thing we want. So if you don't ask, you are not going to get anything, right? So keep connecting. Keep connecting the professionals and just chat with them. So the main job, sites which you can go here is like Indeed, Workopolis, and the sites which you should definitely explore is Biotalent Canada, Health Canada. So here all the industries is working based upon if you are getting into food companies, Health Canada requirements, all your GMP, HACCP, all these requirements are based on Health Canada, and get into search in the Google for discussion forums, visa processing Canada. So there you can connect it to many of you, right? Many of the people who are applying for either student visa or permanent resident visa, what they are facing, you can ask questions, they will reply you back. And definitely consider getting into canadavisa.com. So that page has every details of how to apply for each like work permit and student visa, then the permanent resident visa. So these all the information I have collected is from these links, and you should definitely go into these links and read it. That will help you a lot to understand more, because I cannot cover everything here, right? So the last one, skills recognition program, that's the one which I have done. I got recognized my skills what I have back home, and that helped me a lot in getting into the job, right? So connect with me. You can contact me either through my Gmail or connect me over LinkedIn. I'll be available there. If you want to get any, I help you giving suggestions. And that's all. If you have any queries, please ask. And one more thing is that imagine all the time that you are going into a good field, you are going to get a good job. This picturization, I'm telling you, this picturization will help you to get into the thing which you want. So I just want to share the moment when I got the interview call from the Thermo Fisher Scientific. I am living just close to just 10 minutes away from the company, but I do not have pharmaceutical experience. But I always get this feeling, what if I go there? How should be the interview? I was like excited all the time. I was kept on applying. The job which I got was my 8th application actually. So I was kept on applying all the time. And when the moment I got the interview call, I was not worried about how well I will do the interview or anything. But when I just accepted the interview, when I entered into the company, I was like, okay, this is the moment I just wanted for a long time, right? I was just feeling that gratitude and happiness that, okay, everything become positive because I was so happy. So that's why I was able to give the good interview there and got the job. And it's just like that. It will take some time, but still, if you put effort, you will definitely get into your field, right? Yeah, trust yourself. And also, I want to show you one thing here. So this is what I did. So it's like, what I did for 2019. As you can see that 2019 jobs I have applied. I was applying and tracking all the applications I did here. See, you can see plenty of application. So it's like you should keep track of this, because once you see the advertisement, you will apply for it, and the advertisement will go away. And when you get the call, you will not have any idea, right? Which job you applied, what are the skills they have asked. So keep track of, save the advertisement, save the resume there. So this is what I did, and I made an Excel sheet where I tracked everything. to see the contact, right? Who was the hiring manager, to whom I send the resume. So what are all the requirements? Did they call me? Did they rejected me? So everything I have, I have uploaded it in my Google Drive, so that wherever I go, it will be accessible even with my mobile phone, and I can update. So I am telling you that I have applied like minimum of 200 application, and I got only 3 calls, and I got the three jobs. So uh, it's like a good thing that you got the interview call. So it's like it will take more time, and it will take lots of energy from you. But if you don't apply, you are not going to get, right. So some days you will be discouraged, but take that discouraging days, don't do anything, just get the energy back up and do the application the next day. And I wish you all a very good bright future, and thank you. You can ask any questions if you have.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for this wonderful session, and we had a very good time with you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Here are the questions, ma'am. Participants are asking various questions.
Okay.
The first question is from Shruti, ma'am. Pursuing
Okay.
postgraduate in India is better or in abroad is better?
So it's depending upon, if you think about, see, yeah, I am in abroad now, right? But I have a family here too. So if you want to go back to your home and spend some time with your family, it's a hard thing, right? Um, but if you are still in India, it's good that you are getting all the support, everything. Currently, we are going through a hard situation because of the COVID-19. So if you think about what India is doing, is like so much fascinating, right? So it's just like that. Our home is always our home, but the problem is that we need more money to see. Each time the expense is more, right? For living a not luxurious life, but a stable life, we need good income. Even though we are working in India, it will take time. When you after the graduation, you will get a job. If you are going into research or something, you are getting paid of 6,000 rupees or maximum of 14,000 rupees. Eventually it will become 24, 25, but that is not enough, right? So sometimes when we consider a better life or financial stability, it's good in a way that you are abroad. But when you are coming to abroad, you will have your own expenses here in the Canadian way, right? So it's little bit tallied up in a way, but still, I prefer now, since I have a good job, I prefer to be in abroad. So doing the post graduation, of course, if you are doing post graduation in India, we are again studying lots of stuff. But what's the difference I felt when I studied here is that because I did the advanced diploma, right? It was just like you don't feel like you are studying. For me, I really wanted the jobs. I was committed to do the studies, right? I knew that I had to complete this no matter whatever happens. So it's like it was the curriculum was phrased in a way that you are just working in the industry. You just feel like you are working in the industry. You have the pressure of time, so you have to finish the reports on time. Everything you're getting more exposure with the IT side also, because you're using always laptops every for preparing, where there is no hard copy or anything which we are submitting there. Everything is online. So the time management is something which I learned. uh, that is good, right? Rather than learning everything, you just learn what you want to do, right? So in that way, I will tell you, I will suggest doing a study abroad, because we study a lot back home, and we won't do everything which we study also, right? but if when you consider the research options, it's good that you study everything, because that will give you, when you read a research article, right, it will give you the idea, okay, even though you haven't done anything on that research or you haven't been part of that research, you will get the idea that okay, it will make sense when you read the research article, right, because you are accumulated with the knowledge which you studied from each category of biotech. But when you're considering working in industries, I will definitely suggest you to do the program abroad.
Thank you, ma'am.
Is there any other question?
Yes, Ramesh. The next question is from Nisha Suresh Kumar.
Okay.
For getting work in pharmaceutical industry, should we need to complete master degree? If yes, in what stream we would do that master degree?
Okay, so it's sure that just BTech or bachelor's alone help us, right? If we are lucky enough, we will get through for sure. But we have to consider the other scenario, right? So it's always better to do the higher studies. That will shorten this gap to get into the job, right? Rather than waiting for a long time. So it's like do the higher studies. If I am suggesting here, the best course is to do the pharmacy technician course, or quality control pharmaceutical. The pharmaceutical quality control jobs. That will help you to get the job.
Thank you, ma'am. The next question is from Manoj.
Okay.
What about entrepreneurship opportunities in biotech?
Okay, for that also, it's a collaboration, right? We just can't work off our own. So I will give you a good example, because I'm not an entrepreneur, but I will give a good example. I did my postgraduation in Shastra University, Tanjavur. So I had a group of cheerful people, young buddies, right? So one from chemical engineering, one from nanotechnology, one from biotechnology. So they all were aiming at doing presentations abroad. For what? They had a plan that they want to start a company of their own, right? So whenever they get a presentation or anything, they just go abroad and do the presentation, and they always win. I don't know how, because it's due to the collaborative effort, right? And then they will earn the money, and they created a separate account for putting that fund. And they kept on working in this way. See, one of the fellow is in FDA, Food and Drug Administration. Then one of the fellow is in now working at New Delhi. So he has to approve all our research papers. So it's like when they had a great plan, they were working for it, and they got into the good jobs. So they wanted to start their own company, and they knew that okay, for starting up a company, we need the help of IT, we need the help of a chemical engineering side. They will guide you in. They will be the great part for your equipments, everything, troubleshooting, all those stuff. Then those who want to perform the jobs, right? So when you want to become an entrepreneur, you have to consider all these things, because it's a collaborative thing. Without your study alone, it won't succeed, right? So recently, when I was like searching for the job, one of my friend suggested me to contact one of the person, because he is an entrepreneur and he wants to start jobs in Canada. He's actually in India, so he wants to start his jobs in Canada too. So he was looking for fellows to join in his team. So my friend suggested me to contact him. So it's just like that. That's the way they are working for it, right? If you have an idea, connect them through LinkedIn, work for it. You do your studies, work for it, and make connections. Those who are entrepreneurs in the field, they will give you more suggestions for getting into your target.
Thank you, ma'am. The next question is from Aditya Ravi.
Okay.
Does universities in Canada accept other exams like TOEFL and GRE apart from IELTS?
Yes, they do. Because if you are going into, I have attached the link also along with the university name, right? That is just for Ontario alone. I have attached. So there are other provinces also. You should consider that one also. But when you go to the link of the college, of the university, they shows the different programs they have, right? Then in that section you can see what are all the requirements. So let's say if it's for undergraduate program, which you don't have to do, you already have. Let's say it's for undergraduate program, they will say the +2 marks, right? So here they say it's grade 12. The marks like, how much grade you should have for chemistry, math, physics, all those stuff. And then since you already have the undergraduation, you are looking for the master program, right? So what are the prerequisites for applying? So they will suggest IELTS. It is different for each universities also. So either you can do IELTS, TOEFL, GRE, depending upon the university which you are applying.
Thank you, ma'am. The next question is, what about the drugs or vaccines research is going in Canada?
Yeah, so there are like GlaxoSmith, then SDS, those companies which are focusing on vaccines. So lots of opportunities in that. So for getting into that field, you should definitely have a background in immunology, right? So try to consider that one. So and of course they do consider more studies, definitely, because this is something which have direct influence to the society, right? So we are in the COVID-19 situation. Majority of the companies are working on it, that too. So lots of options. And one more thing I want to tell you is that recently in Canada, the various drugs have been like approved here. So lots of startup companies here regarding drug productions. So if you are aiming at pharmaceutical, or if you are going to do a pharmaceutical study, so that will definitely, you are guaranteed that you will get a job.
Thank you, ma'am. Can you share your views about medical coding and its scope in future?
Okay, so it's from the same college, PSL Engineering College. One of my close friends, she was in my batch, and she once after doing the beta program, she moved to Chennai. So she was so clear that she wanted a job. So she was doing the medical coding. She got the job there with the BTech itself. It's the startup job, right? Entry level job. Then she worked there for 2 years, and she had night shift. You have to see the efforts of people, right? It's not easy. You have to see the. I will tell the story of her. So she did the medical coding. She was working for the medical coding job, and she decided, okay, I should do some higher studies, right? So what she did was like she started working in the night in the company, and she was doing her MTech throughout the day. Okay, she sleeps for 2 hours. I was so disappointed at that time. How come you can do? Why you are not taking care of yourself? You're working for whole night and studying in the daytime. Still, she scored about 95%, right, in the MTech course. So that time, since she worked for the medical coding job, right? She decided there should be a connection between the medical coding, what she had done, and what she is going to do. So she decided to do a course related to that, and she achieved good scores. Now she is in Europe. So it's like how much. So we need higher studies too, right? That guarantees that okay, you have skills and knowledge in the field. Plus, you have working experience. So she put effort in doing both at the same time, and she achieved it, right? So it's like medical coding is a starting job. You can definitely consider that, and don't stay in that job itself. You should. It's like getting into a safe side, get the job, earn some money, and think about. You will get a time to think about it for yourself and get choose the right track and do the studies and upgrade your skills and get the job. So medical coding is also an option.
Thank you, ma'am. The next question is from Kavya Sambat Kumar. I'm about to complete my master's in biotechnology. I'm looking for a job in Canada. Should I apply directly or through agency?
Mm, Even though, see, this is what happened for me. I had masters back home, right? But I never thought of coming abroad or anything. So eventually it happened. When I came here, I was applying for the job, and I was not getting any reply. Unfortunately, I was so disappointed at that time. What I did was like, okay, I just went out and started. I went into a company. Okay, that is like mathematics and went into an academy and directly asked, "Can I teach here?" Because I like teaching a lot. So I never wanted to do the PhD and get into teaching. I wanted to gain an industrial experience and then teach. So that will be more interesting, right? So I asked for getting a teaching job there. Then that fellow told me that okay, no, right now I don't have any job, but I may call you if then anything comes up. That helped me to then later they called me after 2 months. They called me, so I was, refreshing my brain by continuing study, though I was not studying in an institution. So that way I was like brushing up all the time, right? My brain was fresh for everything, for applying anything. But still I didn't got any job. I was applying for the jobs. So then people suggested that you should do a local degree because you already have the opportunity. For those who have master's program back home India, I definitely suggest you to apply in India. Get an industry job, not academic job. They need industrial experience because there is lots of industrial job opportunities here. So you should definitely consider applying in the pharmaceutical company or any of the industry. In the resume you should have industrial experience. For me that was the one thing lagging, right? Because like I didn't have industrial experience. I had most of the academic experience, which is not that relevant here. So consider getting into a pharmaceutical job back home and gain the experience. If you have 2 years of experience, then you don't have to do studies even. You just straight away can apply for the PR. So that's the best way, right?
Thank you, ma'am. The next question is from Pooja. What are the opportunities to get into genetic engineering stream?
Oh yeah, this is something I wanted to be also in the genetic engineering field, because I didn't get through also, even though I worked in protein engineering, but I couldn't continue in that, right? So for me, when I got the job, like I had put everything what I have in the what I have done so far, right? The molecular biology experiences, then nanotechnology experiences. These all I gained through the master's and BTech program. When I did BTech, my thesis was about microbiology and its application in plant biotechnology. So when I did master's, my thesis was in chemical engineering and nanotechnology. So when I got the job, it was like protein engineering. Eventually, I ended up in genetic engineering in a way. But I I do not have that much clear idea about how to get into the field. But still, I believe that your studies will help, and the thesis which you are doing is the first thing which matters when you apply for the job, right? And I will suggest you to consider the north side, like Pune, those side, like Pune, Delhi, or those side. Keep applying there. um, I, I do not have that much exposure to tell about genetic engineering. I am right now working in the analytical chemistry. So, but I strongly believe what you have done so far will help you, right? So definitely consider, look for the Google it. Definitely consider the genetic engineering oriented small companies to large companies and apply everywhere. That will help you.
Thank you, ma'am. The next question is from Preeti. What are the advanced diploma courses to enter pharma and industry field?
Okay, so I already suggested that, like, the quality control, you should consider the quality control pharmaceutical courses, then pharmacy technician courses, because when once you finish, you are fresher, right? You will get into a start job only, like entry level job only. So that will be mainly QC. So, and there are plenty of QC jobs too. So, and pharmaceutical and food combined courses are there. That too you can choose. So that's my suggestion.
Thank you, ma'am. The next question is from Yashi. I want to go to IVF course in abroad. Is it good there, and is it beneficial related to a job?
So it's again related to the genetic engineering, right? But regarding vaccines and all, they are asking all the experience in these fields. But I do not know the course. At present, I do not know the institutes which offers the course, because I never looked into that. Maybe I can refer and tell you, suggest you can contact me over LinkedIn, and I can share you the links for that, trustable links.
Thank you, ma'am. The next question is from Uma Devi. Is that good to do forensic science after undergraduate in biochemistry?
If you if you are really interested in that, you should opt that's the thing I will say, because that's opens the door for you, because you believe in yourself and you do the program, so you will find the way. For me, I want to be a professor. That was my aim, but I didn't wanted to do PhD too. I wanted to gain industrial experience. So I think I am at 80% of my goals. So since this imagination is in my mind all the time, because of that only, even though lots of negative experiences I have, because the journey is not that easy, right? You will get disappointed a lot. So, but still I have this always fascinating about getting into the job, right? So the one which, and I was always excited about this track. I was determined, only this track will I will do only this track. So if you are so much interested in the forensic field, of course it's like, it's a so respect getting area too, right? Definitely go for it. That will I say, but it will take more time. You should consider contacting professionals in that area. They will give you more suggestions also.
Thank you, ma'am. The next question is from Preeti Nisha. Will female chemical engineers get a job in Alberta? Can you please tell me the type of industries that a female chemical engineer can hire?
Yeah, there is the one thing is the plus here is that there is no gender differentiation. Are you married or not married? Are you young or old? Nothing like that. So you can definitely apply. I haven't attached any, specific companies here, but one thing you should definitely consider is, like as I told you, there are a lot of mining and oil industries related to that. You can apply. So go into the Alberta province, and search for it. You will get the companies. So for getting you more trust and assurance what you're looking is correct or not, just go to the Biotech Canada and Biotalent Canada, and you can search the title like chemical engineering or chemical analyst, and then choose the the place like Alberta. Then you will get the companies there.
Thank you, ma'am. The next question is from Janupriya. What about the scholarship available in Canada for doing masters?
Okay, so it's some like I don't know about the scholarship which you can get from back home itself. There should be something like that, I believe. So, but I had scholarship when I was doing the program. So that is also options, right? You can take part in. In the website. Once you get the job offer, right, you will get the ID, everything for accessing the institute, like the institute where you are studying, right? So you will have your ID, password, everything, then you can access everything available there. There they will show you. There they will show you like what are the scholarship you can apply. So you can apply for the scholarship from there. Sometimes you have to provide proof, give the proof which you have for according to the criteria there, right? According to the each category of scholarship. Some are based upon the competition, so you can take part in the competition. I do like writing a lot, so it's like if you are someone who is interested in writing, so do something like that way. You'll be earning like $2,000, $3,000 like that scholarship. So that will be a great help for you.
Thank you, ma'am. The next question is from Guru Aravind. Ma'am, from your point of view, which biotechnology field has more scope in future?
For my point of view, I feel like microbiology and the nanotechnology combined will have a great opportunity, because these two things, because whatever be the testing, we'll be testing it on the living organism, right? So they will that for that we should have a clear idea about microbiology, but you should have a sense of chemistry too. So this field with nanotechnology is something which development of biomaterials, those stuff, right? So I think that is one of the fascinating area. Oh,
Thank you, ma'am. The next question is from regarding the job opportunities for teachers in industrial sector.
oh, okay. So that one definitely, the straight way is like doing your master's, PhD, because when I was studying, um, those who were teaching were like of BTech BTech graduates and MTech graduates. Then they, made it compulsory that those who have to teach the undergraduates should have the MTech. So definitely now it is PhD. So you should do that and appear for the NET exams. So that way you will get more assurance. So it's like more of studying, right? So then in Canada also, um, even though you have all these things, sometimes you end up in schools like till grade 12, and some prefer to have B.Ed. Some of them have to do B.Ed. Some of them are lucky enough that you will get into the um, universities or college. The starting will be working as a teaching assistant, or you can be a student and apply for teaching assistantship and teach there alone. That gives your track will be more easy then. And industrial experience, of course, they will look into your thesis work, your exposure, and they will analyze you in the interview that how much knowledge you have, how well or how much effort they must put you to put you to get trained to work in the fast-paced environment. That's the thing they will analyze. So do the higher studies.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for this wonderful session, ma'am. We had a very great time with you, and the session was very informative and inspiring, ma'am.
Thank you so much. I'm again thanking all my college professors and HOD of my department for giving me a wonderful opportunity and considering me for this presentation. And I wish you all a very good, bright future. Definitely trust yourself. Don't take anyone's fear with you. They will throw the fear on you, right? Or will you get a job? So many questions will come up. Be confidently tell that I'm into a field which needs more studies, and I have lots of options to work for it. And